Hello, hello. I just want to see if you can hear my sound. Can you hear me properly? I hope you can. Testing, testing. Yes, perfect. I didn't get a notification for this either on any of my accounts. So I hope other people get notifications. I really, really hope so. And you've been working way too hard. All I ever see is that you are working.
Eddie wakes up with a tremendous headache. He's confused at first. He's lying in Brett's bed, but Brett is not there. He remembers drinking lots of red wine. He hasn't had red wine in many years, and he can feel the effects. And there's no anti-Sue with magic med.
Manufacturing. It sounds more or less as rough as my life, with all the projects that we are doing at the same time. It makes life a little bit difficult if you are too busy. I am going to try my very best to try and share the screen. This screen sharing thing for me is new, so let me try. And then I'm supposed to click on this, got it, and then go live happening. Yay, it seems to be working. I can actually share my screen. There seems to be a bit of a delay between what I'm doing and what is shown on the screen. If you don't mind, if we can just wait a few minutes to see if anyone else joins the live. Maybe notifications will go out now. I hope so. The shifts are 12.5 hours each with several breaks. Oh my goodness, 12.5 hours. I remember when I started out in technology, I used to do a lot of projects where we had go lives, and I was like at the ground level, junior level. And my first project I messed up, but very badly, as in extremely badly. So I had to work for 3 days straight to try and fix the issue that I created. My manager said the best way for you to learn not to do it again is to fix it yourself. So for 3 days I slept on the couch and ate pizza and worked and slept on the couch and worked. It was horrible. I can't imagine doing 12.5 hours again. That's amazing that you can actually do that. Hats off to you. I don't think anyone is getting notifications. This is the thing that's worrying me. Steel toe footwear. Nice. I just got a notification now of the live chat. Finally. It's a little bit slow. It's already 5 minutes in. When I just started my career, I also just got the notification. It's terrible. So we'll just give people a few seconds to see if they can join as well. When I started my career, I worked in a factory. We produced silica fume, which is a byproduct of steel manufacturing. Even though I was office staff, I remember back then I was doing Lotus 123 and Harvard Graphics and all of the old programs. Every time I had to go and do inspections for first aid, etc., I also wore my steel toe footwear and my overalls, or coveralls, I'm not sure what you call it in America. And I actually loved wearing those shoes. You feel so invincible. Anyone messes with you, one swift kick and then they behave again. I hope some more people get the notification now. But it's nice just to chat a bit also, catch up a bit. We are also busy, we never actually get to catch up a bit. Hello, we have someone else that joined. The notifications went so late, but welcome. I'm so glad that you joined. Maybe while we wait just for some more people to join, maybe I can entertain you a little bit. I was actually practicing writing in Arabic. With my calligraphy pens. So let us first try. Love is kind. So in Arabic. I hope no one here is Arabic, because you guys all roast me. I write like a 2-year-old. Unfortunately. Has someone else joined? Welcome. So let me explain what we're going to do today. I have collected some videos of people busking at shopping malls. And it seems to be, from the news reports that I am seeing, that busking, fake buskers in shopping malls across America is becoming a real big problem now. It seems they started in Texas and they are moving across America now in all the different shopping malls. So I put a collection together of people busking violin, and I was thinking between us, we can decide if they are really playing the violin or not. So first, just to recap, I am not a violinist, I play keyboard. So basically, all my violin playing is definitely fake violin playing. What I do know about playing violin, everything I learned from two-set violin. So this is basically my knowledge. I will try and explain. So the first thing is the violin is always on the left side, and you rest it on your collarbone with your chin on the chin rest. The bow, you are always playing parallel to the bridge. So you never play zigzag. Okay, the left hand, the neck of the violin rests in the left hand, and you never put your thumb on the strings. And then the right hand, you put your thumb in between where the frog is and the strings, and then the other fingers are loosely on top, facing or leaning towards the violin. And you never have your little finger up in the air. So this is my basic knowledge. Then the other thing that I learned from them is you have to actually move the bow to make sound. As soon as you stop moving the bow, the violin playing will stop as well. And then other techniques that they've shown us, things like vibrato, where you're actually moving your hand or a finger back and forth fast. Okay. Hi Grace, welcome. And another thing is a gliss, so you're sliding your hand up and down, okay? And if you play short bouncy notes, it means that you are actually lifting the bow up and down. So this is the nutshell of my violin knowledge. So I've prepared some clips that we can watch. I'm first going to play you the clip, and then we can discuss and see if we think that the person is really playing or not playing. So I'm first going to play you the clip, then I will pause, and then we can review. I hope you can hear the sound. This one goes very fast. Okay, I think we are back. Apologies for that. I slowed down his playing just so that we can actually see his technique. So I'm going to play it in slow motion. It really works. Okay, so we are now looking at this gentleman's hand from outside the car window. I will try and zoom it in a bit for you guys. So what we could see when we were looking at Eddie's boho, how he was holding the neck of the violin, his hand was not like this. Your fingers are up in the air. If you are not pressing, you don't actually just keep them on the strings. And that left hand, I don't know where that little finger is going. I don't even know where the thumb is. I think the thumb is just on the other side of the bow. I don't think the thumb is in between where the frog and the strings are. And the little finger is in the wrong place, and the hand is tilted the wrong way around. For me, I think this one is fake. I don't know. You guys can give me your comments as well if you are thinking that he's really playing or not. I'd be interested to see what you guys think. I hope everyone can still hear me talking. My sound is still okay. Yeah, I think he's mimicking what he thinks the music is doing, for sure. The next guy that I found playing, I actually think he's really playing. I will show you now why I think so. Because he's actually playing a gliss. I will try and play just that little part where he is playing the gliss. Irene, I agree with you. I think it's definitely fake. But he's faking it very well. I've seen some of them where I cannot decide whether they are really faking or not. So this guy, I think, does a very good job when he actually plays the gliss. I will play you that part. I hope you were able to hear that. So to me, this one sounds real. I think he's actually playing the violin properly. Or he has had very good lessons to learn how to play violin and fake it very well. The next gentleman, I think, is playing for real. The main reason I say so is because when he's playing, a car actually pulls up to give him money, and when he stops playing, the sound stops as well. You are right. You have to watch what the left hand is doing. That's why I was saying I think it's real, because it matched the gliss that he was performing. This one I hope you saw. As soon as the car pulled up and he stopped playing, the sound stopped as well. So I think he's an actual busker. One thing when you do a live stream that's a little bit off-putting, I do something and then it only shows on your screens like 3 or 4 seconds later. It confuses me, but I hope we'll be okay for the rest of the stream. The next one, I'm not sure if it's fake or real. I will play a bit and then we can all decide. I'm going to pause it there. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, the sound is not good. 1 second, let me see, where is the speaker bit? I'm going to try and speak without the headphones. You can let me know if you think the sound is better. I really hope so. There's 3 reasons I think this guy is faking. So the first one for sure is his right hand. He's got an extremely interesting bow hold with that little finger in the air. I don't quite understand what kind of a hold that is. Then his left hand, he's keeping it almost flat, almost parallel. Instead of having the fingers against the strings, his hand is facing us. So I don't think that's real. And then one thing that I've learned, the low notes on a violin is usually at the top on the G string, and the high notes are on the bottom. So he's playing it exactly the opposite. Logically, your brain will think if you want to play high, you have to go up, and if you want to play low, you have to come down. But on a violin, that's the opposite. So as the notes are going down, he's still playing what was in the screen. I'm so glad you guys can hear me better now. Now we can have a much bigger conversation. I'm going to do this guy definitely 100% fake. Okay, our next suspect, before I even play it, the left hand seems a little bit sus to me. The thumb is on the strings, and that right hand bow hold. I know Brett and Eddie once showed us a Baroque bow hold. We are holding more towards the middle of the bow, but I don't think this is it either. So we can listen and see if the sound is matching what he is playing. From what I can tell from his playing, Oh my goodness, it's making a lot of brr brr. Just 1 second, I will try and play it again. Okay, the last bit at least the sound came right. It seems to me he's playing all the notes more or less on the bottom string, and again when he's supposed to go lower, he goes down in the strings. But I think just the bow hold alone for me is enough to say it's fake. And he does nothing with his left hand. I wonder, did any of you ever see any of these buskers around in any of your shopping malls? We don't have anything like that where I live. People are not allowed to do public performances and collect money, etc. This guy, he's playing, I found absolutely sacrilegious. He is playing very fast Arabic music. So you would expect when he's playing very fast music like that the bow or the fingering will be fast as well. He's hardly moving the bow as he is playing. I will play you a small sample of it. I hope you were able to hear that. So again, the bow is very strange. He's holding it extremely strangely. And what I've seen when people are playing, usually the bow is tilted towards the violin player, the wooden part. The other way around. But he's leaning over a lot. I'm sure he's scraping the wood as he is playing. And the speed definitely doesn't match what he is playing. I agree with you, totally fake. This for me is the sad part, playing on people's emotions or people feeling sorry for you. He has this sign up while he's playing. I have 4 brothers, I need your help, etc. But definitely not a Baroque bow hold. That's more like a sacrilegious bow hold. This gentleman playing very passionately. Again, the bow hold to me, even before I play the sound, seems definitely wrong. His little finger is pressing on the end of the bow, completely off the end. So let's see what he sounds like. He seems to be making the same mistake as any of the other buskers out there. When they want to play a high note, they move the bow up towards the G string, and when they want to play a high note, they move it down. So based on that, definitely fake. And that left hand, again, it's more facing us rather than being parallel with the strings. So this one also, I think, 100% fake. And I see they are advanced nowadays. They all seem to be having Cash App. This one is very funny. That left hand with the little finger in the sky, I find that very amusing. I don't know what kind of a pose that is. Our next gentleman comes prepared. He actually has a little cup on the end of his violin for people to put money in. Again, the very interesting bow hold. He seems to be holding the bow with like 3 fingers. 2 of them seem to be in the air. And his thumb is completely around the neck of the violin. And that cup is sacrilegious, I agree with you. This has got to be one of the worst ones that I've ever seen. I will play you a bit of the sound just so you can hear. So, from what I hear in the sound, it's supposed to be multiple strings played at the same time. I've heard that when Britt and Eddie are doing like Chocon or something, where you play 2 or 3 strings at the same time. The way that he's holding the bow, he will never have enough pressure to actually hit more than 1 string at a time. Plus, he's holding his violin in the middle of the violin for everything he's playing, regardless if the note is going up or down. 100% sacrilegious. And a very sacrilegious electrical violin viola thing. Irene is our violin expert. I am not a musician, so I'm glad that you have joined the chat. So Irene is saying, those are high double stops. That's the word I was missing. Double stops. He's playing the D and A strings, which are too low. And that bow hold for me is the deal clincher here for fake playing. This one, the first time when I watched it, I was not sure if he's faking or not. The video quality is not so good. And initially I thought he's actually playing for real. But the one thing that I noticed is his hand is too high on the bow. And the second thing that I noticed is that he's playing everything on the same string, same as all the other ones. I will play you a bit of the audio. The other thing that I have noticed, he is doing a very good fake vibrato, but he is doing vibrato in places where there's actually no vibrato in the sound. And it doesn't seem to me that he's moving enough between the G side of the violin and the E side of the violin, because the music does seem to go quite up and down between high and low notes. And again, that bow hold, very sacrilegious. The other thing that I noticed is he's very casually chatting to someone. Most violinists that I've seen playing, they are actually concentrating. Anyone coming up to you whilst you are doing a performance in public, I don't think any violinist will be extremely impressed with that. But it doesn't seem to be affecting any of his playing. Sarah, I agree with you. I also initially thought he's playing for real. But the sound doesn't match if he's playing only on one string. I'm seeing what you are saying, Irene. It's possible. It's possible because he confused me as well. I wasn't sure if he's real or not, or if he's playing for sure. Is it normal for people to hold the bow like that, like a Baroque bow hold? I'm not sure. Let's keep this one as undecided. We need a real violinist, or at least 2 or 3 violinists to give us their opinion. And you are right, the music has more than one violin. That's very possible, Sarah. Maybe it is a regional thing for people to do that. Hold the bow differently. At least when he's holding the bow, his hand is tilted in the right direction, not towards the floor like some of the other ones. I'm going to leave this one as undecided. I really can't make up my mind if he's actually playing or not. One thing I want to say, let me just pause it in the right place. I apologize. Very difficult to move it exactly. Okay, I think there. I don't know if you guys can see it clearly enough, but the bow hair is so loose. When he's playing on the strings, the bow hair is actually touching the wood. It's extremely limp. So when you watch the entire video, you can actually see as he's moving the bow up and down, he's basically touching the wood of the bow from the bottom. But let's leave him undecided. This lady that's playing on TikTok, the person that recorded her was so impressed by her playing. And a lot of people walked past and left her money. I will play you a bit of the sound, and then we can see what we think about it. I will leave it there for now. For me, personally, this one is 100% fake. The main reason is there's a lot of vibrato in the music that you are hearing, and she's not actually doing any vibrato. I cannot see that her left hand is doing much of anything. And again, like most of the others, she's playing only on the E string. Slightly she moves the bow up a bit, but mostly she seems to be playing only on the E string. You can let me know what you think. For me, the sacrilege comes in with the fact that she's not actually doing any vibrato. You are right. The bow moves like an X, crisscross across the strings. The main thing for me is that vibrato. You hear the vibrato, but you don't see the vibrato. I will play it again, and then we can watch the left hand to see if the vibrato is happening or not. Yeah, that hand looks very uncomfortable. It's again like she's facing the hand towards the end of the violin instead of having it sideways with the hand parallel to the strings. I'm going to vote that she is not really playing. To me, it all just seems a little bit sacrilegious. Yeah, that's true. The left hand hardly moved, and it's in such a wrong position that she kept the left hand. This one made me very sad that people are actually involving their children in this. It's very clear that the mother is not playing the violin. She's gripping the bow with a fist. I think if you're actually going to grip the bow with a fist over the strings, over the bow hair, it will definitely affect your sound. Maybe that's another bow hold that I'm not aware of. As I said, I'm not a violinist. But the fact that she included her daughter in this, and the daughter is playing the violin on the wrong side. She's holding it on her right hand shoulder, and you will see the daughter's bow movement is absolutely crazy. I will play you a bit of the audio. This is an absolute disaster. She's moving that bow so fast up and down the mother. That doesn't match the music at all, and I'm not sure what the daughter is doing. I'm actually very glad that it's grainy, so that we don't have to reveal any of their identities. And another thing, the particular piece or song that they are playing, Señorita, there's so many of these buskers that's playing the same thing. If you hear the same piece of music over and over, you really start doubting whether these people are actually playing or not. The worst part of this fake playing is that someone actually pulls up to give them money. This grey car that approaches actually came to give them money, and the daughter walks up to go and collect the funds. That is extremely sad. The next gentleman, even though the bow hold movement is not always parallel to the bridge, and again he's holding the bow high up, not near the frog, and his thumb seems to be curled over the neck, I think he had good tuition because his movements are matching the music very, very well. I am not 100% sure that this one is fake, but you can give me your opinion as well. The second piece that he's playing made me think that he's a fake player. That bow is slipping and sliding all over the place. Even though the first part seemed more legit, I can see from the second zoom in that he is definitely faking this. I agree with you, Sarah. Fake. The next one with this red car, the person on TikTok was so excited watching this guy. They were giggling because he's actually dancing when he's playing along with the music, and she was enjoying it so much she actually gave him money as well. I will play a little bit and then I'll tell you why I think it's fake. He actually has a very funny dance when he's playing his music. My main reason for thinking that it's fake is because he's playing the violin on the wrong side, and his right hand that's pretending to be the left hand, I don't know what position he has it in. It seems completely twisted up. I don't know how you can play like that. But it looked like he was having fun, even though he's not really playing the violin. This one I found very, very funny. This is another one that's involving their children. Again, the video luckily is very grainy, so you can't really see any of their faces very clearly. I will play you a bit of the sound first. So again, it's the same song that everyone is playing. I think the little boy maybe is being strung along just for sympathy factor. And because the little boy is there, they actually drew a crowd of people, filming them, giving them money, applauding their playing. This to me is really sad and really sacrilegious. And the father clearly doesn't know how to play the violin either. He plays the same rhythm and on the same string. For this one, I can see why real musicians will get upset with them for actually doing this. Musicians will study many years and practice many sets of 40 hours to actually master their violin or their instrument. It doesn't matter which instrument it is. And these people come and fake it. Very sad. This gentleman, I think, also either is playing for real or he had lessons in how to fake it. He stops playing at the right places. He actually lifts the bow off the violin. I will let you listen and then you can decide. So I don't know, this one I find very difficult. He's actually doing fingering with his left hand. He actually moves the bow more or less in tune with the music. When the note comes up, goes up, he actually moves the bow more towards the E string, which is at the bottom. And when the music stops, he stops. For this one, I'm a bit undecided. Sarah, you think he's got the right bow hold? I agree. His hand looks to be in the right place. He doesn't have a little finger hanging in the air. So I'm kind of leaning towards this one is real. I don't know, you guys can give me your opinion as well. For me, it seems real. I don't know if you guys remember a while back, Brett and Eddie made a video on fake violin playing, and they featured two gentlemen playing in a subway where the music actually had pizzicato in it, but the guy kept moving his violin. Irene, thank you for the feedback. The notes in the music is way too high for the fingering he's doing. See, those are the details you will only know if you actually play the violin. For me, it looked real, so he's doing a very good job at faking it. That's extremely sad, which means he will fool a lot of people. This gentleman probably watched people's feedback on the pizzicato and the fact that people don't know how to fake it. Because when there's pizzicato in this piece, he actually does pizzicato. I will play you a small piece of it. I find these movements quite comical. The video, unfortunately, is so grainy that I cannot make out if he's actually fingering or doing the pizzicato in the right places. It's very difficult for me to say. I like his performance style. And at least he tried to do the pizzicato in the right place. I don't think it will be possible for us to see if he's actually plucking the right strings. So we will leave that one as undecided. This last one, again, for me, very sad. A lady was there actually supporting him. I think she brought him water and she gave him money as well. And you can judge a mile away that this guy is actually not playing the violin at all. Even the person that filmed this on TikTok was not convinced that this guy is playing. He also spotted it as a fake.
Outside my job. But wait, is he playing?
I mean, why would he need to look, bro? Are you telling?
This is the worst faking out of all of these ones that I've seen. It's really bad. The bow hold, the left hand, the speed at which he's actually moving the bow doesn't at all match the music that he's playing. He's just moving the bow up and down, any which way, crisscross, sliding all over the place. And people are actually supporting it. This is so clearly fake. I can't believe people can believe that it's real. The last one that I'd like to share with you was, I think, over Christmas time. It was raining, it was cold. The guy that's playing actually had a baby stroller with his setup. Probably the wife and children went inside the mall for some warmth. And this person was very sympathetic to him playing in this cold weather and praised the way that he is playing. I will play you first a piece of it, and then we can decide if it's real or not.
Asking for money for food, but look how pretty. And look how talented. Oh, there's this kid.
I just want to say one thing. I find it a bit suspicious that when he notices that she's actually filming him, he turns his back to the camera as if to hide what he is doing. That I found a little bit suspicious. I don't know what you guys thought of his playing. The bow movement seems to match. He actually lifts the bow up also. But for me, that left hand didn't do much. I couldn't see it shifting either up and down the neck, or I couldn't see any of the fingers moving either. So for me, I don't know. I think this one is fake. Yeah, exactly. His left hand is not moving at all. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope once I post this, I will put it on TikTok as well. I want people to be able to identify when someone is faking it, because I don't think it is fair that they make money that way. I'm following one teacher on TikTok called PFAS. She put a video up of her actually confronting one of them. And she was bombarded in the comments with criticism, saying that these people are just trying to make money. You know, they have a family and have children and etc. There must be other ways that you can make money rather than faking someone else's craft. So I actually supported the fact that she intervened. I hope you enjoyed it. So just before we go, I thought for the other people that are here, I will write your names for you also in Arabic. So Sarah. Your name is very nice in Arabic. It's just a bunch of uplines. It looks really, really nice. In Arabic, you would say Sarah. This last one can actually be a small one also, but I will keep it long, Sarah. That's a nice one. And Irene. I hope I'm pronouncing Irene correctly. I had a German friend, and her name was pronounced Irena. So I'm hoping yours is Irene and not Irena. So let us in